All right, let's get right into it. If you're deep in your PMP prep, you already know the exam loves to throw these curveball questions at you, the ones that test how you think under pressure, not just what you've memorized. So today, we are going to break down one of those classic scenarios. What do you do when your project gets blindsided by a crisis nobody... Okay, so let's put you right in the hot seat. You're running a big, complex project. Things are going okay. And then, bam, out of nowhere, a huge, completely unidentified problem pops up, and it's threatening to sink the whole thing. What is your very first move? This isn't just some abstract test question, right? This is the kind of thing that happens in the real world, and it tests your leadership. So you know how it is with the PMP exam? It's all about picking the best first move from a list of options that all kind of sound plausible. So what are our choices here in this crisis? Okay, so here are your options: A, B, C, and D. And look, at first glance, a couple of these probably look pretty good, right? Executing a plan sounds professional. Reevaluating your process sounds smart. But here are the keywords from the problem: unidentified and first. And trust me, that changes everything. You know, one of the best strategies for the PMP is not just finding the right answer, but figuring out why the wrong answers are wrong. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take these options apart, piece by piece, and the right answer is just going to pop right out. Okay, first up, contingency plans. Think of this as your break glass in case of emergency plan. But, and this is the key part, you have to know the emergency might happen ahead of time. You identify a risk, like a supplier might be late, and you build a plan B for that specific known threat. It's all about being proactive. And boom, right there, that's why options A and C are toast. They're out. A fallback plan, for all intents and purposes, is the same kind of thing. The question flat out tells you the risk was unknown. So how can you execute a plan for something you never planned for? You just can't. It's a logical impossibility. All right, so what about option B, reevaluating your risk process? I mean, it sounds super responsible, right? And it is. You absolutely should do that later. But is it the first thing you do when the project is actively on fire? No way. That's like stopping to review the fire safety manual while the building is burning. You've got to put out the flames first. This slide really just lays it all out, nice and clean. On one side, you've got your contingency plan. It's all proactive, it's pre-planned for risks you knew about. Then you've got the workaround. It's the total opposite. It's reactive, it's unplanned, for something that came out of left field, and it means you have to invent a solution on the fly. This difference is the whole ballgame. So now that we've knocked out the other options, the right answer starts to become pretty obvious, doesn't it? This isn't about following a map you already have. It's about drawing the map as you go. And that leads us to the power of the workaround. And there it is. The correct answer is D. When some unknown, crazy thing hits your project, your first, most critical job is to create a workaround. That's the active, in-the-moment, problem-solving step that deals with the immediate danger. And a workaround is exactly what it sounds like. It's you on your feet, thinking and acting fast to figure out a way to work around this new problem. It's totally unplanned, it's reactive, but it's what keeps the project from grinding to a halt when there's no official plan to follow. Okay, so look, in a perfect world, sure, you'd follow the official process, right? You'd identify the new risk, you'd calmly evaluate its impact, and then you'd develop a formal response. That's all textbook PMBOK stuff. But here's the thing that PMP exam is testing you on. Real life isn't a textbook. When a threat is live and active, you don't have time for a lengthy analysis. The workaround is your immediate response. It's project triage. You stop the bleeding first, and then you can figure out the long-term cure. So you might be thinking, why are we spending all this time on just one question? Well, because this single question actually unlocks a much bigger secret about the PMP exam, and frankly, about what it means to be a good project manager. Now, this next part is huge. This is straight from the source material for this explainer, and it's something every PMP candidate needs to hear. And get this, the whole concept of a workaround, which is the correct answer to a PMP-style question, it's not even really covered in the PMBOK guide. That tells you something really important. The exam is bigger than just one book. See, the exam isn't just a PMBOK test. It's really based on something called the Examination Content Outline, or the ECO. It also pulls from PMI's practice standards, the code of ethics, and this is the big one, your real-world project management judgment. It's testing your experience, not just your memory. So to wrap this all up, let's go back to that fire analogy. When that unexpected fire breaks out on your project, the answer is crystal clear. You don't stop to write a fire safety plan. You grab the nearest extinguisher. That workaround, that's your fire extinguisher. It's the tool you grab for immediate, decisive action to save your project. Really get that concept down, and I promise you'll be one giant step closer to acing that exam.